here, and welcome to another 2023 movie review. Funny enough, this will be the last 2023 movie review of the year because this is the last movie I've seen so far. And you might be thinking, wait, is it Aquaman? No, but I did see that. I know I said I was gonna do a review on that, but I decided, you know what, never mind. But this movie I'm going to be reviewing is actually something that I just decided to see at the last minute. I had no plans to see it, but then after all the times of me working and having people come out of the theater from this movie saying it was really good, I thought, you know what, I'll give it a try. So this is my review on Migration. Yep, this is the next movie from Illumination to come out since the Super Mario Brothers movie. Now, I will say this isn't as good as that movie ended up being, but I still really enjoyed it, which is kind of surprising that I would even like this movie. I mean, there were a lot of movies that came out this year that I honestly did not think I was going to like, and then it turns out they did really well. Migration tells the story of a young duck family, where the father does not want his kids going outside of where they live in their pond because he thinks it's fraught with danger, but then they see another flock of ducks coming through their pond and saying that they're migrating, and both the mom and the kids want to know what it's like to migrate, and even one of the kids even meets another female duck that he falls in love with, which I think is crazy. And then it's not until Uncle Dan, who is I'm not sure if he's the father's brother or if he's the mother's brother, but it's funny enough because he's actually voiced by iconic comedian Danny DeVito. Didn't expect that, but he convinces the father character, Mac, I think is his name, to finally decide, you know what, let's go on this migration after all. And then on their journey, they meet a bunch of different characters. They meet a few friends. So they basically try to do this migration thing after all, and they get into a little bit of a mishap with this chef, who basically spends some of the movie hunting them down because they screwed up his restaurant, and they even freed a bird that he captured. And I thought it was insane. And along the way, they meet other characters, played by Awkwafina, which I thought was interesting. I mean, thankfully, she's not in this movie as much as we thought she would be, but I think the reason why she was only in the scenes for a couple of scenes is because she was in the middle of recording voiceover for another character she's about to play in a movie coming out next year, that being Kung Fu Panda 4. Check out my reaction to the trailer for that. But, and like I said, it finally opens the father's eyes up a little bit to realizing that they really do need some adventure and some chaos in their lives, and mostly adventure. And but it's funny because at the end of the movie, before it ends, the wife realizes that she kind of created a monster. I'm not going to say what happens, but I can tell you this movie was an interesting tale, talking about how ducks migrate and how they go from north to south and all that sort of stuff, which I think is interesting. And it's funny because they even go to the island of Jamaica, or at least they're trying to get there. And all I can really say about this movie was it was a really good fun time. It was good. It was a good family movie, especially because most of the people I saw in my theater were all families with their kids. And it's funny how they're actually seeing this type of movie over something that came out like Wish or something, which is supposed to be a Disney family movie, but of course Disney has been going through a lot of troubles lately this year, and that's probably why a lot of other kids' films like Trolls 3 and now Migration and even the Super Mario Brothers movie are getting way more people coming to see their movies than things like Wish or Elemental did struggle at first, but it managed to bring itself back from the trenches a little bit. But the only movie that was not by Disney that came out this year that was family related that didn't do as well at the box office was Ruby Gillman Teenage Kraken. But I gotta say, this movie was definitely really fun. I cannot believe I almost decided to skip this movie. But anyways, let me give you my rating of Migration. So, for my rating of Migration, like I said, it was a really fun time. I didn't think I was going to enjoy it, or I wasn't even planning on seeing it, but I thought, you know what, this seems like an okay film. And so I'm going to give Migration a 4 out of 5. Yep, 4 out of 5. I thought it did a really good job at being a family-oriented film that I thought turned out to be really entertaining. Definitely was an improvement over some of the Disney movies that came out this year. Like I said, the next video that I'll probably post in relation to this is my worst movies of the year list, and boy, there's a lot of movies on that list that came out from Disney, unfortunately. But anyways, that's all for now in this movie review, and this is the last movie review of 2023. So next time, I'm not sure what my first 2024 movie review is going to be, but I'll probably let y'all know when it gets to time to that. And as always, I will see all you guys in the next video.